Radio V.
So,
Okay.
I got an email yesterday. There's an organization called allout.org, and they monitor things for the LGBT community. And I got an email from them yesterday asking people, as part of their campaign, to ask people to sign a petition to stop NARTH, which is the National Association for Research and Therapy of Homosexuality.
Crazy
they're
stuff.
having their annual convention at a Marriott hotel next week on like the 7th, between the 7th and 9th, I believe. And this petition was to encourage Marriott to cancel it and to not host them.
Which
Is
is
it happening in-
ridiculous in my opinion.
Is it happening in-
No. If you had some sort of like a bondage hotel, or a bondage group.
A bondage group, an S&M group,
Yeah,
for
an
example.
S&M group, exactly, or something. Or the Girl Scouts. Maybe you decided you didn't like Girl Scouts because you thought, or the
Right.
better, the Boy Scouts, because the Boy Scouts.
So you're
denounced-
saying why jeopardize Marriott's business?
Yeah.
They're a service organization to house.
Yeah,
because
just because these wacky people want to stay there, these wacky people got money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Marriott
Yeah.
wants to make money, but it is unfortunate. I understand.
what the
You know, I'm
what
gonna
the
make
corporation is about.
just a footnote. Let's circle back at the end of this and talk about that same theory, that same position with respect to the Olympics in Sochi. Okay.
Okay.
And
I'm going to be uninformed, but okay.
that's okay. It's the same concept though.
Okay.
But anyway, so they want to cancel. They want this organization to they
All
want
Out wants them to cancel having
yes.
the NARTH
Yeah.
meeting.
And of
Basically,
course-
like boycott it from
Yeah.
staying at the hotel.
And that led me to do some research about NARTH. And did you guys read any?
I
of
know
those
what
links?
this is. This is what I told you a couple weeks ago.
We were talking about
this
this.
is the crazy thing that my mother sent me with these things of how they retrain you to think, and they
Oh,
like
my
try
goodness.
to they pray the gay out of you, and they they do all kinds of
Well,
therapy and
there's
stuff.
there's specific psychological therapeutic. That's how they market themselves as a therapeutic organization that's designed to. And this is what's very interesting because they tiptoe around everything. If you read this, I have the. You know what? Go to their site first of all. If you're part of the gay community, and this is something that you really should know about, because know thine enemy. Go to their website and read their stuff, read their shit, because it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But you read their frequently asked questions. You read their FAQ, and you will see that it's like a legal contract. It's so carefully written to avoid saying what it is that they really do and what it is that they really believe. In my opinion, at least.
Which is try to brainwash
Yeah,
people.
but they're
or
basically
children.
their organization is there to help therapists across the country who wish to help people who are dealing with unwanted homosexual feelings.
Okay, can I just can I just throw out there? Is it ever wanted? When you were a kid, did you want to be gay? When you figured out you were gay,
That's what's so ridiculous.
that's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know you're going to chastise me for it, and you're going to tell me I'm a horrible person. But if I could take a pill to not be gay, I definitely would take the pill.
Why?
Because I was married, as you both know. I was married for 7 years, and I know it's much easier on the other side.
Absolutely.
It's way easier. It's not a big obstacle for anything. Your roles are defined. Your intentions of what the relationship are. It's just completely easier in life and in the relationship.
Internally, but also externally, right?
Yes.
Who wakes up and says, you know what? I want to be a part of one of the most reviled minorities in the world.
Right.
I want to have to deal with obstacle after obstacle every single day, socially, with everybody I meet, with every job that I interview at, with everything that I do. Who the hell wakes up and thinks that and decides that?
Right.
That's what's so infuriating.
That's so infuriating, exactly.
And one of their tenets, the very first thing is homosexuality essentially genetically or biologically determined? They say no.
Which is bullshit.
No.
Yeah, because
and
bullshit.
can change occur in a person's sexual orientation? Yes, it occurs. Yes, some individuals can and do change spontaneously during the course of their lifetime, typically towards heterosexuality. That is actually their belief.
That's ridiculous.
And so it's couched, it's shrouded in this idea of, they believe that if you want to, quote unquote, choose a gay identity, that's fine. They just want to be allowed to help people who wish to choose a straight identity to choose so. They also don't believe that the word homophobia is legitimate. And they don't like gay activism because they believe that what that does is it conflates, or to paraphrase it equates gay people with other minority groups and thereby gives them rights, and they don't believe that homosexuality is
Is worthy enough to have
well, they
rights.
believe that it's a choice, and so if
It's
you
not,
choose,
it's a choice. It's not. You're not born
right?
that
So
way.
then you shouldn't have rights.
Yeah, I mean, I can only speak from my own experience, and my own experiences was, yeah, do I want to have to tell my wife that I'm gay when I know that we have like a great relationship on many, many levels, and do I know that it's going to like rip her apart, and I know that it's going to like create a tremendous amount of pain for her? No, of course I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
You do that because it's so viscerally inside you of who you are that if you don't live to be who you are,
Then you're not really living.
and you'll be crazy. And then you'll do crazy things like all these, right-wing people that, what was the guy that was in the bathroom? And he said that he had a wide stance. Remember that crazy dude?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
In the White House, in Congress. You
Yeah,
mean the
in Congress. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
What did he mean by wide stance?
Well, he was pushing somebody's foot underneath the stall.
Oh,
Remember
that
him?
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me ask
he had a
you,
like I do now.
Yeah.
My wide stance. Okay.
So Ryan, if you don't think what are alternatives for you? What would be the alternative way to protest this organization if not so economically? Because one of the things that All Out and a lot of activist organizations are doing is you want to hit them where it hurts in their money. If these people have already paid, they're going to be
The unfortunate thing is when it gets some sort of press like this, it brings them to the forefront. The way to really be the most effective is by not giving it any attention or giving it any kind of media attention or giving it any kind of attention at all so that it would die. Like a flower will die if you don't give it water.
I don't know. I don't think these organizations and these people would die because they're fueled by their moral and their religious beliefs.
But don't
you
they
know?
have to subsist with monetary gain? Right?
Sure,
So
but all of
if
the
people don't
religious families who continue wanting to change their children will keep giving them money and
Right.
keep sending them places. That they are and they also have a political agenda. They don't like gay rights passing. They don't
Right.
like gay marriage, and they're doing their best to support those things as well. So there does need to be some kind of activism.
It's
Question
the-
is what is the most effective? I don't know. I don't think this petition will work, but I actually think it's worth doing because if they hadn't done it, I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't have read this. I wouldn't know about it, and that is a good step because now I know about it. Now we're talking about it. Now we're telling people about it, right?
It's interesting, Ryan, because you said, "Oh, go on."
See, I think of it as differently. Like, yeah, we are talking about it, so it makes it even now. Somebody who's watching, maybe, or somebody says, "Oh, exactly. This is exactly the thing I want for my son," or "This is exact." And if there's no attention given to it, and then there's
Nobody would
force
know about it.
behind it.
We're not living in that world anymore. It's out there, and we're just inundated with media and information. So we're not living in the world anymore where things are just going to go away and die.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.